They didn't lift the Premier League trophy. They didn't conquer Europe in the Champions League. Yet somehow, Arsenal walked away from last season more intimidating than ever. This 2026 version of Arsenal, it's a whole different beast. Relentless, fearless, and if you support a rival club, you might want to look away, because what's brewing in North London is something truly formidable.
But just how strong is this Arsenal side? And is a treble actually within reach this time around? Let's break it down.
Despite the lack of silverware last season, calling it a failure would miss the bigger picture. Arsenal came incredibly close. They finished second in the Premier League, losing just 4 matches all season. That's the same number of losses as Liverpool. The difference?
Arsenal stumbled in matches they should have wrapped up. Too many draws, too many points dropped in moments that required that killer instinct. And in a title race that tight, margins like that are everything.
In Europe, things got even more eye-opening. Arsenal's Champions League campaign raised eyebrows around the continent. Beating PSG 2-0 in the group stage, that wasn't luck, that was precision. That was preparation. Then came a demolition of Sporting, 5-1. A narrow but composed win over Girona, and then the shocker.
Arsenal knocked Real Madrid out in the quarterfinals. Yes, that Real Madrid. People said it couldn't be done. Arsenal proved otherwise. They didn't just play the occasion, they rose above it. It was a moment that turned doubters into believers.
And then came the heartbreak. A rematch with PSG in the semifinals, but this time, the outcome flipped. Arsenal came up short, just shy of the final. And yes, it stung, because they weren't far off. They were right there. But here's the key takeaway. Arsenal aren't settling anymore. They've stopped aiming for close. That near miss lit a fire under this club, and the summer that followed made one thing crystal clear. They're going all in.
Let's talk about where this transformation truly started, the defense. Because if Arsenal have built a foundation anywhere, it's at the back. David Raya was his standout. Week after week, he delivered clutch saves that kept Arsenal in tight contests. His calmness under pressure, ability with the ball at his feet, and sharp reflexes made him a clear number 1. But the issue? Over-reliance. He had no real backup. Fatigue crept in when the fixtures piled up. So Arsenal acted. Enter Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now, sure, his departure from Chelsea wasn't the most glamorous, but his loan stint at Bournemouth reminded everyone of his shot-stopping quality. Agile, experienced in the Premier League, and composed in high-tempo situations, he's a significant upgrade as a secondary option. With him around, Arsenal can rotate without compromising quality. That's what genuine title contenders need. In the heart of the defense, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes have become one of the best center-back pairings in Europe. Saliba brings composure and elite reading of the game. Gabriel brings power, physical dominance, and the grit you need in big games. Together, they strike the perfect balance: discipline and aggression, finesse and fight. And most importantly, they've built that telepathic understanding you only get from consistency. Now, onto the flanks. On the right, Jurrien Timber has absolutely made that spot his own. Initially viewed as a versatile piece who could cover multiple roles, he's proven to be a natural at right back. Fast, intelligent, strong in duels, and dangerous going forward, he's reshaped how Arsenal build from the back. Ben White remains a reliable option too, offering strength and tactical awareness when needed. And on the left, this is where things get exciting. Miles Lewis-Skelly is starting to look like something special, not just promising, special. Confident under pressure, silky on the ball, and fearless going forward. His goal against Manchester City last season, cutting inside and curling one into the top corner, wasn't just impressive, it was a statement. This is a kid with star potential, and Arsenal's got options. Calafiori, when he's healthy, offers solid depth. Injuries have been his main setback, but when he's on the pitch, he's more than capable. And that's exactly what you need when chasing titles.
Arsenal's midfield just leveled up. Losing Partey seemed like a setback, but they upgraded with Christian Norgard. The ex-Brentford anchor is composed, tough, and thrives under pressure, perfect for high-stakes moments. He's not just a replacement, he's a statement of intent.
They also secured Martin Zubimendi, and if you've watched him boss the midfield at Real Sociedad, you know why this is huge. Zubimendi is Arsenal's answer to Rodri. He doesn't just connect passes, he dictates the pace. He shields the backline, reads danger early, and consistently makes the smart decision. At Sociedad, he formed an outstanding partnership with Mikel Merino. Now, he's joining forces with Declan Rice.
He's still doing what he does best, breaking up play, covering ground like few others, and driving forward when the moment calls for it. Ever since his Arsenal debut, he's been a rock in midfield. But the difference now? He's got high-level support around him. He's no longer carrying the midfield. He's part of a unit designed for domination.
Then there's the captain, Martin Ødegaard. Last season, not quite his best. 6 goals and 12 assists across 45 appearances. It's decent, but he's capable of more. The thing with Ødegaard, though, is he always levels up. Every year, he refines his game, adds new layers. With a full summer of rest and a more balanced midfield behind him, expect him to be sharper, quicker, and far more influential in the final third.
And keep an eye on Ethan Nwaneri. Still just a teenager, but already showing signs that he could evolve into a real asset for this team. If Ødegaard needs a rest or some healthy competition, Nwaneri could step into that attacking midfield role and bring something fresh.
Arsenal's midfield trio of Ødegaard, Zubimendi, and Rice offers creativity, control, and grit. With Norgard and Merino adding depth, there's no drop in quality. It's a title-winning core. And up front, Arsenal's attack now looks more complete than ever under Arteta, balanced and explosive.
Let's begin on the right wing. Bukayo Saka. No surprises here. He's direct, creative, and plays with maturity beyond his years. When he missed games through injury last season, it showed. Arsenal lacked drive on that flank. That's why keeping Saka fit is so important. But now, they've finally done something fans have begged for. Signed a proper backup. Enter Noni Madueke. If this transfer goes through, it's a game changer. Madueke brings raw pace, unpredictability, and excels in one-on-one duels. He's chaotic in the best way. Exactly the kind of impact sub or rotation option that can change the rhythm of a match instantly. Now over to the left, and Arsenal are stacked. Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard give Arteta 2 very different but equally dangerous options. Martinelli brings energy, flair, and that relentless drive to take on defenders and stretch the pitch. Trossard, on the other hand, is all about intelligence. He drifts inside, links play, and has a deadly eye for goal. Last season, he was used in several roles: false 9, central mid, wide attacker, but this year, the plan is simple. Keep him on the left, let him do what he does best. Now to the striker position, the most debated role at Arsenal for years. Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz were both tried up top. Let's start with Jesus. Technically gifted, intelligent in build-up play, and always buzzing around defenders. But here's the issue, he's never been a consistent goal scorer. Add in his injury record, and it's been tough to rely on him for an entire campaign. Havertz showed flashes but lacked a striker's killer instinct, playing more like a midfielder. Arsenal needed a true finisher. So Arteta made a bold move, signing Victor Gyökeres, a clinical, goal-hungry number 9, to turn their build-up play into goals. And make no mistake, this transfer is a game changer. At Sporting, Gyökeres was absolutely unstoppable. In 66 appearances, he scored 68 goals and added 17 assists. Let that sink in. That's more than a goal per game. And it wasn't just against domestic opposition. He delivered in Europe too. Gyökeres brings power, pace, and precision. He's not just a poacher waiting in the box. He presses high, disrupts defenses, and forces mistakes. He moves intelligently, creates space for others, and when a chance falls to him, he buries it. No hesitation, no second guessing. Arsenal's 2026 attack is complete. Victor up top, Saka and Martinelli out wide, Ødegaard pulling strings. It's fast, creative, and clinical. With depth and style variety, they can adapt to any challenge. The squad now has strength across all lines: goalkeeping, defense, midfield, and attack. This isn't the Arsenal that fell short in big moments.
It's a team built to dominate, both in England and Europe. Last season proved they belong. This one is about taking over. With smart upgrades and serious firepower, Arsenal aren't chasing titles anymore. They're ready to claim them. The only question now, who's stopping them?